You've been rocking with your boy since day one. Do you know why I'm excited for this week's edition of the Outta Bounds podcast? Hey, welcome to episode 45 of the Outta Bounds podcast. The big three is not in full effect quite just yet. Our boy Noel also is having some technical difficulties. Hopefully, we could get him back on throughout this episode in some way, shape, or fashion. But if not, you're rocking with your boys, the dynamic duo of Liddell the Fashionista and my guy, the man in the middle, Mr. Donnie. You know, call me Donovan Wilkins. How you feeling, bro?
Look, I've been very distant in the group chats. I've been posting a lot of pictures, sightseeing, taking reflections.
Yeah, like I'm like, bro, like, what the fuck is going on? Until we meet again.
I had to step away from sports for a while.
Using your Pisces energy heavy
Yeah.
today, bro.
Yeah, it was
dope ass photography though. I'll give you that.
Yeah, shout out.
I
Shout
out to who? You?
Yeah, shout out to me. You know.
All right. Like say that, bro.
Self talk.
Like I'm trying to give you your flowers. You talk about shout out, like
yeah, because I was trying to think of like who am I shouting out, like.
Hey, bro.
Well, I'm not gonna say I'm shocked. I'm just like I don't like. There's nothing I could say to the people like in my text messages, group chats, and stuff like that, or who are clowning me. It's like I can't defend myself because if you follow me, you know I post that Barstool clip every single time. The Sixers anthem.
You know what? Hold on. Before we go any further, let's get into it. This is D.onniie Unleashed, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna give you the floor, bro.
So I was just like, there's no words. I mean, in my heart of hearts, like deep down, I knew we weren't going to win the ring. I'm just being honest. Like deep down, I think I could say that for everybody in Philadelphia. There was no chance. The fact that we acquired James Harden's like 2 months into the post, well, until the regular season ended, showed all that we need to know. The team wasn't ready. With the coaching that Doc Rivers was doing during this series, it was. I mean, he should be fired. But I was listening to the press conference, the exit interview. They said some good things that I liked, and they said some bad things. I do like that Tyrese Maxey, our star point guard, actually reached out to Doc Rivers the night that we lost to Miami Heat and was crying, trying to get back into the gym. But Doc Rivers, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, decided to like blow him off and say, hey, wait a week, like take some time off and get your mind right and stuff like that before you start heading back in the gym.
I think that's the wrong advice.
Yeah, there's a lot of
like I understand, like okay, maybe he's emotional stuff like that, but
there's a lot of mixed reactions to that.
Like that's something that MJ would do. That's something that Kobe would do. That's something that hell even Anthony Edwards is doing right now. You know.
Yeah, Kobe would be in the gym that right after the game, still like on the court. So that's what said. The one thing I didn't like was Daryl Morey informed the press that Doc Rivers will be the head coach going forward next season. I mean, it is what it is. But
so who do you want? Because before we went live, well, not live, but y'all know what I was talking about. But before we went on air, you mentioned to me that okay, who's out there? But you just said that y'all said that Doc Rivers is coming back. So who would you like to see in that head coaching seat?
I don't know. I mean, the way I feel is it's less about the coach and more about the players. That's always been my philosophy. The coach is not on the court playing the game, more so directing it, but not on the court, not taking the shots. And I know we disagree on this tape many times, but that's what I believe.
Can I be an old head for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. But let me get back in here. You mentioned that okay, it's more about the players rather than the coaches.
Hmm.
I disagree with that for the simple reason. The Chicago Bulls in the late '80s, early '90s,
Hmm.
prior to Phil Jackson, Doug Collins was the head coach,
Right.
and they could not get past the Pistons.
Hmm.
Basically, it was just MJ does everything. There was no offense. Basically, like the offense basically flowed through MJ.
Toss the ball to MJ, let him
Yeah.
go.
Then here comes Phil Jackson. He implements the triangle offense. The Bulls three-peat, and then Jordan comes back around again, and they three-peat again. So I'll say that to say that coaching matters. Same thing, go with the Lakers. Prior to Phil Jackson coming in to coach Shaq and Kobe, you had Del Harris, who was the Lakers head coach. And that Lakers team won 60 plus games in 1998. You had Shaq, Kobe, Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones. That was the squad. Elder Campbell. What did they do? They got rid of Nick. They traded Nick Van Exel. They traded Eddie Jones. Elder Campbell, I believe, left.
Hmm.
Derek Fisher became starting point guard because in triangle offense, you don't necessarily really need a point guard. Most of the point guard just like either a defensive specialist. Excuse me, a defensive specialist or a 3 point shooter.
Right.
What do the Lakers do? They three-peat. You know, let's go to the Detroit Pistons of the early 2000s. Rick Carlisle was the head coach. They couldn't get to the finals, and here comes Larry Brown. They won the championship his first season as the head coach. Fast forward 2005, Stan Van Gundy was coaching the Miami Heat. They fell short to the Pistons in the Eastern Conference Finals. A year later, Pat Riley takes over as the head coach. Same team, they won a
Right.
championship. So I'll say most recent example, Sundance, that you don't have to be an old head, I say, because this is part of your generation. Even though we're only 3 years apart, so I don't know why I'm doing all this, but like I'm aging myself 10 years with this.
Right.
But Mark Jackson, head coach of the Golden State Warriors, he said that Steph and Clay was the greatest shooting backcourt of all time before they even had the resume that they have right now.
Mhm.
What happens?
Oh yeah, good
They
example.
they
Yeah.
make the playoffs, but here comes Steve Kerr. Draymond Green becomes starting power forward because under Mark Jackson, Draymond Green was just like a 15, 20 minutes per game role player. He didn't really have much of a role in this year, the offense and all that. It was Steph Curry under Mark Jackson. What do? They win championships, break the single season record for wins in the season. So I have to say coaching matters, bro. So I disagree with you there. I just want to come in and say that. So I'm gonna let you get back to D.onniie Unleashed. We're gonna give you 2 more minutes to land this plane.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's the same. Like you could draw up the greatest play, like you, Liddell, and give me the ball with like 10 seconds left in the game or what have you. Whose fault is it? Is it more so the coach, or is it me because I didn't hit that shot? I think that's where I see it from. The Sixers have, for 5 years, have failed to reach the conference finals, and I'm starting to look inward and take off my rose-colored glasses of my diehard red, white, and blue colors, and I'm starting to see that there's a problem with the pieces that we are acquiring. And I do like that Daryl Morty has said that he is looking to acquire another guard. Now, whether that is Damian Lillard or who else is out there as star? Well, let me say that whether it's Damian Lillard, because I can't think of any other star that's going to be on free agency. I do think we need another guard, but I don't think that James Harden is the problem. And I feel like that's it. That's all I gotta say. I mean, we lost. We sucked. We
I
were
can't.
trash.
I got a lot to say to that. First of all, Damian Lillard is not a free agent. He's not a free agent. So basically, you'll be traded for Damian Lillard. In regards to the free agent market for guards, Donovan Mitchell,
Well, he's going to New York, I think.
Bradley Beal, if he opts out,
Bradleyville. That's the name I couldn't think of. It's escaped me.
and then James Harden. But my thing is this: you have Maxi.
Mm.
You, I'm assuming Harden's gonna opt in. I'm assuming he's gonna opt in.
Yeah.
Where's the other guard gonna come in at? That's
I
two
would
guards right there.
resort. I
Oh,
would
what?
resort
Maxey's gonna
to.
be a 6 man.
Hell yeah. Why not? I do love him as a star, as our star point guard going forward, but I mean we have to I have to not be biased as much as I
This
love the
ain't
kid.
2K, bro. This ain't 2K.
I
You
mean
trying to build a
we
fantasy team? Like,
exactly. Look, I
it
just
don't
got
work
finished
like that.
playing 2K. So I'm still in that mode. I started making changes real quick.
Man, got like an 88 overall point guard, 85 overall shooting guard. I get a 96 overall guard. Like,
But we have to win a championship within the next 2 years.
I agree. Do I think it's gonna happen? Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Because the Celtics are still young. Tatum and Brown are not in their prime just yet, and that's scary. And this is a
the
third,
Bucks
and this is a third conference finals appearance in what, 5 years?
for
Giannis,
the Bucks or
no,
Celtics.
for the Celtics.
Yeah.
Giannis and the Bucks ain't going nowhere.
Nope.
And they went to 7 games without Chris Middleton, who's essentially their closer. The Atlanta Hawks, I'm assuming they're gonna bounce back. They're young.
They're young. They're
The
not ready yet.
the Brooklyn Nets, say what you will, but it was an injury riddled season. So they were not a true 7 seed. You know they got swept, but they were not a true 7 seed.
Are we going to use that excuse for the past? I think we used that for the past 3 years. Ever since Kyrie and KD made, well, we could throw James Harden in there before he came to Sixers. I remember like 3-4 years ago when everybody was saying, "Oh, the Nets are the team to beat. Like the Nets are the top dog. Oh, they're supposed to rival the Lakers in the East. Like, oh, the Nets is the city to be." And what have they done or shown for it? I mean, let's call it what it is, a failure as of right now.
It is. It is. I'll give you that. I will say this. Over the past 3 years, the Philadelphia 76ers have done more than the Brooklyn Nets over the past 3 years. Since KD and Kyrie went to Brooklyn. I will admit that. But in terms of talent, there's not a more talented duo
Oh yeah,
in the East than KD
yeah,
and Kyrie.
of course. That's not what
K-
I'm saying. I'm saying we have to stop looking at.
they need a coach. They need a coach because Steve Nash. I love Steve Nash.
That's not what
he's a
KD and
former.
Kyrie said. They said they don't need no coach.
They were too big. They was just talking shit. They was talking
Yeah, they
shit.
was just talking shit. Okay,
But nah, they need a coach. They need a coach. I will hope that like if Mark Jackson does not get the Lakers job, I hope that he'll at least get like the Brooklyn Nets job. Like, he's from New York. That's a great connection right there. So get someone that he was like a true X's and O's type of coach, but I think he'd be much better than what Steve Nash is because Steve Nash basically has no offense whatsoever. So
I mean,
they should never fire Kenny Atkinson. That's what they fucked up at. They should never fire Kenny Atkinson. He was a good coach.
yeah. But where was I going with this?
You basically try to build a 2K roster with all these damn guards.
Oh yeah. But the first thing is I think we have to trade Tobias Harris.
Oh, for sure.
And go from there. I just know if there's any GM that I trust in the NBA, it's Daryl Morey. Like, he brought us James Harden. I trust this man. And you also got rid of that Al Horford contract first weekend of the Sixers GM position. So I trust him. He said he has a big star coming. He has some tricks up his sleeve. I trust him. Once the season starts, that's another thing.
Daryl Morey, what has he done though?
I just said it.
What has he done to give you all this confidence though as a GM?
I just said it. His first weekend.
I get it.
He traded the biggest contract that we had.
He got rid. But where's Horford now?
He's back in Boston. That's not
in the,
our problem.
in the Eastern Conference Finals, and
I, I'm
and
sorry.
single-handedly
Is
and
this
single-handedly won us a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
is this a question about what Daryl Morey has done for the Sixers, or like, are we question?
I'm trying to say what about Daryl Moore inspires all this confidence when he built that Houston Rockets team. He gave
Yeah,
Howard Chris Paul,
yeah.
that didn't work. Again, Russell Westbrook, that didn't work.
So it shows that he can acquire talent, big name
Yeah,
talent.
right, but yeah, he could quite a bit, but what has the playoffs shown you? Like these teams that are in the playoffs right now, still standing, are they necessarily the most? Are they stocked with talent outside of Golden State? Would
No,
Golden State they drafted and developed that talent? No. Look at the Dallas Mavericks. You look at their roster. You play 2K, right?
yeah,
Are you playing 2K22?
yeah, yeah. I would
Oh,
hope so.
okay. Okay, so and I'm assuming you got the roster updates and all that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That map, if you simmer my NBA mode or Fred, whatever case may be, that Mavericks team ain't making the Western Conference Finals because you got
Mhm.
Lucas with 95 overall play and like a whole bunch of low 80s and 70s players.
I mean, there was a point where we could have said that the Sixers were homegrown. That hasn't exactly been the case the last 2 years, but
Bro, the age of stockpiling talent, that is dead. The Miami Heat, yeah, they have Jimmy Butler. Who in Miami, they ain't going nowhere. The
yeah.
Miami Heat, they have Jimmy Butler. Yeah, they brought Kyle Lowry and all, but they are a well stocked team. Like
I agree with you. A couple of years ago, I would have been like, "Hey, like we don't need stars. Like we're Philly. Like we got this." That's not the case anymore. I am here to win a championship. I know the team is.
all I'm
We
saying is
we
this:
we don't necessarily. We don't.
you,
I'm probably misspoke. We don't necessarily need another star. We need good role players.
yes, that's what you need. That's what you
Like
need.
our bench is trash. I'm sorry. Like I've held like this love and affection for Furcon, Shake Milton, George Yang, like all those guys on the bench. But now I'm getting pissed off. Like now I'm mad. So we need to clean house. Like get rid of all the. We need quality shooters. We need people who are going to shoot. We need people who could be on the floor and handle the game while Embiid is out.
Yeah,
So we don't have to take him out and worry about losing down 15 or what have you or whatever.
this is what I suggest for Philly. That we're gonna move on to another disappointment from these playoffs.
Oh God, I know exactly what you're talking.
Yes, sir. But this is what I think Philly needs. I like Doc Rivers, but he's a coach that he makes excuses all the time. He's always filled with some type of excuse. Always.
He did throw this excuse out. I can't remember what it was, but he was talking about his 3-1 lead or some shit like that, and he
Yeah,
started naming off all these teams. I'm
yeah. He's
like,
talking
the
about
fuck
his
is he?
teams. He
Yeah,
know, like he basically said things that a fan would say. Like he basically threw that Magic
yeah,
Johnson
yeah,
in the bus.
yeah. That's
Come on,
exactly what I
come on.
got from it.
You look at our roster.
If
You
you
got
look at
Tracy
this
McGrady.
year
Like,
injuries, and
bro,
you look at this year, and I'm
come
like,
on,
what,
man. Like,
dude?
y'all need a true X's and O's coach. I'll say this: why not just elevate Sam Cassell to head coach?
I
Why not?
honestly don't know.
He's been an assistant for the longest time, and I think back to Cleveland before Ty Lue was the head coach at Cleveland, and he led them to a chip. I forgot this Turkish guy who was the head coach. David Block, that was his name. Things didn't work out with him. What do? They elevate Ty Lue to head coach, and look what happens. Why not just do the same thing? Sometimes the best choice is the next coach over.
Like looking at our team, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
You need role players
six,
and a new voice at head coach.
six of these guys we traded for. The rest are like homegrown or like the G League. That I know Noel likes to hark on. Yeah, I mean, look at Monty Williams. He was our assistant coach a couple of years back, and
I didn't even know that.
yeah, he was with us until he went to Atlanta. I
No,
think, and then
Phoenix.
Phoenix. No, but he had a brief stop in Atlanta.
I didn't know that. Hold on, let me look this up.
Let me double check.
Cause sometimes you be giving some Chris Broussard.
So what? Some
I got
what?
t- I got tongue tied. You be like Chris Broussard with your sources, man, just throwing out like wrong information. Monty Williams coaching career. Yeah, you're right. He was the associate head coach for the Philadelphia 76ers. That is
And
true.
and did he not have a brief stop in Atlanta?
No, he did not.
All right,
No,
so I'm
he did
thinking
not.
of somebody else. Yeah.
Right after that, he went to Phoenix. I think you probably think of I don't know who you think.
We had two assistant coaches, or maybe he was interviewing or something like that. But I did see his name with the Hawks. But yeah,
You think
we
about Nick
had
McMillan?
no.
Oh, okay,
No, I think he was being interviewed at that time before he went to the Suns.
got you.
But yeah, we yeah, I misspoke earlier. We don't need another star. Our big three is right there. Um, we need role players.
Yeah,
That's what we need.
y'all need shooters,
Exactly. We need
lockdown
shooters.
defenders.
We had that with Stephen Curry, Seth Curry. Said, oh, hopefully he joins back with the Sixers.
Possibility.
He was at the game 6. Could have been cheering on his stepfather, but I highly doubt it. So maybe he loves the city. JJ Redick, if you're listening to this, come home.
Nah,
We
nah,
miss you.
nah. We gonna see JJ Redick fight Patrick Beverly before he suits up again.
That man got a standing ovation when he was the color analysis for the game 6.
With
So
JJ?
yeah.
Yeah, shout out to JJ. He went to Duke. Duke is one of my favorite college basketball programs, and it featured the best player left in these playoffs. Now, actually, second best player left in these playoffs, and that's Jason Tatum of my Boston Celtics. You know who's the best player left in these playoffs? Luka Doncic from my Dallas Mavericks. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have two teams.
You wouldn't say okay, yeah. I'm tripping. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Steph Curry. You think of Steph Curry? Steph Curry's the third
No.
best player.
I was thinking of somebody who I had my teams mixed up. You're right. I was about to say Giannis, but
Giannis is gone.
exactly.
But yeah. Speaking of disappointments, let's get into our main topic of this week's edition of the Outta Bounds podcast. Chris Paul.
This slander, man.
Chris Paul. What do I always say about Chris Paul, Donnie? Can you remind the people?
He's a choke artist. He's overrated, and I think some other stuff that you can't say.
Yeah, some other stuff that we cannot say, just to comply with YouTube guidelines. So I present this question to you, Donnie.
Yeah.
And to you, our Outta Bounds listeners, to you, our Tuck family.
You're probably going to get no argument from me. I'm just letting you know now. After that game,
I should never had the argument because the proof is in the pudding with this guy. I'm tired of people talking about Chris Paul is the best leader in the NBA. I'm tired of people talking about Chris Paul is a winner. I'm tired of people talking about how Chris Paul is a class act and all that. Where basically he's one of the most dirtiest players in the NBA that gets away with a lot of fouls. Patrick Beverly was right about that. Patrick Beverly said that.
I mean, once you start pulling out Patrick Beverly, that I think that just,
I don't necessarily need Patrick Beverly to make
because that man.
Make my argument. I don't
Okay,
necessarily need Patrick Beverly to make my argument, but that's just the icing on the cake because Chris Paul's resume speaks for itself, or lack of resume, I should say, speaks for itself. The dude, he's always choking. He's like what? He lost like his last 5 game 7s or something like that. The last 3, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's like 3 and 5 all time. So he has a losing record in game 7. The man only been to the conference finals twice and went past the conference finals twice in his career. The most recent was when he took led the Suns to the NBA finals. This year they won 64 games. Best regular season in Phoenix Suns history. And you lose to Luka Doncic, who's the best player left in these playoffs, a future league MVP, and a whole bunch of role players. No disrespect to Jalen Brunson, who's gonna get the bag, but
He said a
bro,
bunch of waves.
you got Devin Booker who didn't show up. DeAndre Ayton for whatever reason wasn't getting a lot of minutes.
I mean,
You got
I
McCallum
got
Britton
it.
who's in defensive player of the year conversation.
Yeah.
You have Cameron Johnson who was in the run for 6 man a year. You got Landry Shamet who's a knockdown shooter. You got
You
Jay
mentioned
Crowder.
Devin Booker.
Yeah, Devin Booker. I
Okay.
mentioned him.
Yeah.
Who was MVP candidate. I'm sorry, what more do you need to win? Bro, what did I tell you? What did I say before the series started? I said I would cut my hair if the Mavericks get swept. All I expected was for them to win a game. I was being realistic. I said Dallas was losing 5 games. I had no idea who was going to win the series.
Yeah.
I had no idea. And basically, Game 7, Luka Doncic has many points by himself than the entire Phoenix Suns team after the first half. He had 27 points by halftime. Suns had 27 points as a team. That is embarrassing. And with Chris Paul supposed to be your leader, future Hall of Famer, this multi-time All-Star, one of the 75 greatest players in NBA history, the best leader in the NBA, and you cannot inspire your team? Like, bro, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know what? I know I always say that Chris Paul is overrated. Chris Paul at this point, he's properly rated because he does what you expect him to do year in and year out, and that's choke. And it's
In
always
the playoffs, yeah.
it's oh
But you
some type
can't
of injury.
you can't attack this man's
I can, I, I
career
I can, bro, because he's a phenomenal player. I'm not taking that away from him. Phenomenal player.
because we're looking at 7-time All Defensive First Team, 5-time assist leader, 6-time steals leader.
These are regular season shit. He's great in the regular season. We get that. He's 36 years old, about to be 37. Okay, I'll give him that pass. But at the end of the day, like, I'm just going by the media narrative about this dude. How he's a class act. Mind you, there's several teammates that can't stand this motherfucker.
Who?
There's James Harden being one of them.
Yeah,
I believe he played with Patrick Beverly, if I'm not mistaken. When
he did.
No, actually, no, he did not. Because Patrick Beverly was with the Rockets before that trade, so they did not play together. So I'm wrong in that. I'm wrong in saying that. So shout out to me for correcting myself. But Blake Griffin was another one who he had beef with. You know, this dude but for some reason he gets this pass to be like this media dog and this class act, and then
because he's the point guard.
and then he
he's the point guard.
And then he tried to play my man Jose Alvarado, act like he didn't know who Jose Alvarado was. Well, Jose Alvarado, after that first round series against New Orleans, when New Orleans gave him a run for their money as well, Alvarado was like, I bet Chris Paul know who my name is, know what my name is now. Their post game press conference, motherfucker act like he can't even say Alvarado. He's passive aggressive as fuck.
I mean, he's Chris Paul. Do you want him to? Last time I checked, Alvarado was a
get that. I get that.
Walk on, right?
I get that. He's an undrafted rookie.
All right, so why the fuck should he
locked
know
him?
his name?
He locked him up though.
Okay,
get that man his props.
What you want, a cookie medal? Like what?
Okay. So you bring up Chris Paul accolades and shit. So what? He's supposed to get accolades. He's supposed to get a cookie for being all NBA steals leader, assist leader, and all that shit.
Yeah. If you did it from 2011 to 2014, he was a steal leader. If you also was the 5-time assist leader, then yeah, I mean his resume speaks for itself. And I'm not talking about his playoff record.
Right.
I mean,
you're right. No. You're right. His resume speaks for itself.
He's the point guy.
He's the Alex Rodriguez of the NBA, just without a championship. Because A-Rod was the consistent about A-Rod.
Oh shit.
A-Rod will always put these staggering numbers in the regular season, but come playoff time, outside 2009, as a Yankee fan, I appreciate that. So shout out to A-Rod for that. He led us to that World Series. But outside 2009, A-Rod will always fall short in the playoffs. That's Chris Paul. He'll do great in the regular season, become playoff time. He's always gonna fall apart. Either he gonna have some type of mysterious injury, some phantom injury, or he just got the pressure of the moment is gonna get be too big for him. It
Yeah, I
happens
agree with
every
that.
single year. Happens every single year. Every single year.
I
I
mean, at this point, I think he's playing for a ring. But if he
bro.
doesn't win, he's
He ain't-
still one of the greatest.
and you know what? That's a question. That's a question for. Has Chris Paul blown his wait? Dick. Wait,
Yes.
what was the question? Can you read that? I'll I'll try to make
Which,
sure I don't got a typo on this bitch.
what you mean? Can I read it?
Did
Did
Chris
Chris
Paul blow?
Paul blow
Yeah,
his
yeah,
last
yeah. There you go.
opportunity at a championship?
Yes, yes. Did he? I think he did. I actually think he.
Um,
I
I'm
actually
gonna
think he.
say no because you also said this last year, and they went back to back in the finals.
No, 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 no. He did. No, he did not. Donnie, what the fuck are you talking about?
I mean,
Yes,
they weren't.
I do
Go
remember
ahead. Go
saying
ahead.
that last year, but this year they regressed. Last year they went to the finals. This year they lost in the second round.
All right. So let me. So do you think that they'll be in the finals next year?
No,
Okay. All right. That's what I was asking.
no. You know why? Because the Warriors. I'm gonna. I'll say my prediction for the fourth quarter when it
Because
comes down to
the
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 Warriors.
Suns had the best record in the NBA.
Right, and yet they lost to a team that they had no business losing to.
Yeah. They
And
fuck.
and I and I
At
love
one
and I
point
love
the
my
score
Mavericks.
was what was it, 27, and Luka Doncic had 27.
That's what
And
I'm
what
saying.
was, yeah.
You
Yeah.
you can't come back from that. Plus, DeAndre A is set to be a free agent. JaVale McGee is going to be a free agent.
Oh, he's
That's it.
supposed to sign his Supermax, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's it. And plus, Ayton didn't get no burn in Game 7. So basically, like you basically
Yeah,
fucked
you
away
can't
market
come
value.
you can't come to the table with nothing.
That team is not going to be. And Chris Paul going to be another year older. Like no, that they blew their opportunity last year.
So you think they're breaking it up?
They're not. I don't think they're going to break it up, but they're not. They're not going to come close. They're
Okay,
not going to come
so
close.
who do you see on the Phoenix Suns next year? What's your starting five?
Book, no, CP3,
Hmm.
Book, Mikal Bridges. 1 through 3 is already set.
Okay.
4, you got Cam. Well, Cam Johnson's a 6 man,
That man lost his.
but maybe Dario Saric is still around.
That dude needs to come back to Philly. Fuck that.
Center position, I think Aiden goes someplace else.
Where do you see him going?
Dallas Mavericks. I think that'll be. I think Dallas will be a good landing spot for him. Him with Luca, that with that 2 man game, that would be something special. That'd be something special. Either I might prefer Miles Turner over DeAndre Ayton, but I think DeAndre Ayton, he's not gonna be a Phoenix Sun next year. Ain't no way. Because for one, they should have paid him last year. They didn't. This season, his performance in the playoffs was not as good as the previous
That's
season.
probably why they
So,
held
so
off paying him.
why you gonna pay him now? So he's definitely out of there. So I think there's we saw JaVale McGee though. So JaVale McGee will play the center. So because in the NBA, there's only like how many true centers in the NBA? Embiid, Jokic, and that's probably it. It's a two
Yeah.
center league. Everybody
Yeah.
else is just like just like paint loggers. So that's just about it. So I think this Phoenix Suns team kind of reminds me of the 1992-93 Phoenix Suns. The team that had Charles Barkley. They lost to the Bulls in the finals, but they kept hovering around. But they never got back. They never got back.
Okay.
And Barkley, he was towards like the latter end of his career when he got to Phoenix. Not quite over the hill. He was the MVP that season in '93, but he was getting he's in his 30s, so he's getting past his prime.
Downslide. Yeah.
Yeah, same with Chris Paul. So it's kind of like it's funny how history repeats itself, and it's just about 20 years later. So
You gotta love history.
no, 30 years later, excuse me, 30 years later. So it's funny how like history just repeats itself. So I think it's over. I think Chris Paul's best chance to win a championship was actually in retrospect, is gonna be last season's finals against the Bucks. This season they had a good shot. It could have been a lot any perfectly for them. New Orleans in the first round, no Zion Williamson, but that team they gave him a run for their money. My Mavericks, I thought we was gonna get gentlemen swept, losing like 5 games. We ended up winning
Yeah.
the series. We ended up playing Golden State. They would play Golden State in the conference final. They match up pretty well against Golden State as it is. So chances are, but if they would have lost that series, okay, it's Golden State, but they could have won that. And then you get to the final, you play who? Miami or Boston? That's they should. This was another good opportunity to win a championship, but last year they should have got it done. They didn't. This season they should at least got to the conference finals. That was my expectation. That didn't happen. So yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap at this point. And Chris Paul, you know what? You are who I always said you were. You're
Hall of
overrated.
Fame.
I'm gonna stop saying overrated. I'm gonna stop saying overrated because at this point he's exactly who he's always been. Great regular season player, but always choking the playoffs.
Hmm.
That's just who he
That
is.
that's most players. I mean, they just never incent to that.
But most players do not get the benefit of the doubt like Chris Paul does. He gets the benefit of the doubt a lot.
I think only one person. Hmm,
Russell Westbrook hasn't won shit outside MVPs and got triple doubles, but the media is hard on Russell Westbrook than they are on Chris Paul.
yeah, yeah. They crucified this man this
And
season.
Russell Westbrook basically in the second half last season with the Wizards, he literally dragged that team to the playoffs. Dragged them,
Yeah,
so but Damian Lillard, another one. Even though Dame does not really get criticized too much, but
yeah.
people
That man never really takes heat.
yeah, but at the end of the day, Chris Paul is always the one that gets that saving grace for not being a winner. When you have Carmelo Anthony who got heat, Russ is getting heat. People every now and then come down on Paul George. But
AI never really got heat.
well, yeah, because AI was a little guy, what I'm saying? Like and plus but he
Going
wanted
against Giants.
yeah, going against Giants. And plus like that game one in 2001 against the Lakers, they won that. He balled out. And he's basically by himself. AI never played with the talent that Chris
Yeah,
Paul played with throughout his career. Chris Paul has played with Hall of Famers.
it's
He had
AI
great
best
teams.
best next player was probably Aaron McKee or
No, the Kebe Mutombo.
Dikembe Mutombo. Yeah, Samuel Dallenberg was okay.
Yeah, he's all right. And then AI got Chris Webber towards the end of C. Well's career. That was a rapper. He got to Denver. He got Carmelo Anthony, but Melo, you know, but Melo's
Melo
another
wasn't.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Melo's another. But Chris Paul, he always gets his reputation for being this great leader and this winner. He's a great regular season player. I remember the bubble season with OKC. Nobody expected that team to get to the playoffs, but they made it. I give him that. But there was no expectations with that team. Every time there's expectations of Houston, Wilmer Harden, who was MVP, didn't get it done because he had a bad hammy and shit. And then Harden didn't play well his damn self, but still,
that
Chris
that
Paul's
was
supposed to be
probably
the point.
their best opportunity.
Yeah, yeah. Chris Paul's supposed to be the point guard though. Here in Phoenix, you basically have two back-to-back great winning seasons, and then this season you lose to the 95 overall superstar and a whole bunch of players in the low 80s and like in the 70 overalls. It makes no
Yeah,
fucking sense. And we're
they
talking 2K.
just
And we're
choked.
talking 2K. Yeah, they choke. But you know what? This is par for the course. Cause it always happens. And that's all I'm gonna say about Chris Paul. That's all I'm gonna say. But
Yes.
I hope everybody wakes up and realize that this man is not who y'all think he is. Stop giving him all
I
this
think a
credit.
lot of people realize that, but they just tend to overlook it because of he's already cemented himself in a Hall of Fame. I think we could both agree with that.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer, but he's not better than
Now
Magic.
we're just chasing that ring.
He's not better than Magic. He's not better than Isaiah Lord Thomas. He's not better than John Stockton. Because he Stockton been to back finals. He just lost to MJ. Ain't nothing you could do about that.
Yeah, it's MJ.
He ain't better than Steph Curry. He ain't better than Oscar Robertson. I might go on the list and say he ain't even better than Gary Payton. So now I'll probably put Chris Paul realistically. He'll probably be
10.
seventh all time in regards to point guards, all time. And I might struggle with that because you also got Walt Clyde Frazier who won 2 rings with the Knicks. And Walt Clyde, everybody always think about him with his outfits. I was allowed to see Walt Clyde Frazier play, but just going.
He
But you,
was the first Westbrook, they say,
no, Oscar
in
Robertson. In terms of
fashion.
fashion, yeah, but Oscar Robertson was the first Westbrook. In terms of like
Yeah.
triple doubles and shit, but Chris Paul realistically probably like coming around that 7th or 8th spot in regards to point guard. So I'll give his credit there. I'll give him.
Not bad.
Actually, why
Top
put
10.
Jason Kidd? Why put Jason Kidd and Steve Nash over him? Yeah, I'm gonna put Steve Nash over Chris Paul. Fuck that. Because at least Steve Nash went to he ain't go to the finals, but he did the most with what he had at Phoenix. He got to conference finals or 2, and then Jason Kidd, he won a ring. And Jason Kidd, I think, has a higher IQ because he always seems to make the right plays and all. And he led the New Jersey. He put the Nets on the map. So I'll say, yeah, realistically, Chris Paul probably the 10th greatest point guard of all time.
I I wouldn't necessarily put Steve Nash over Chris Paul, but yeah, it could go either way. Just looking at his resume, regular season accolades and all that, nothing really stands out.
I mean,
Eight, eight,
outside?
eight, eight-time All-Star, Steve Nash, 3-time first NBA, 2-time second All NBA, 2-time third All NBA,
And 2-time
five-time,
league MVP.
2-time league MVP, 5-time assist leader, same leader stats as Chris Paul. A ring of honor. Not exactly sure what that is, but that's from this Phoenix Suns.
Ring of honor is when your jersey gets retired, bro.
Oh, so why did they? Okay, that's weird. Never heard it like spelled out like that. Oh yeah. Two-time NBA. No, 2-time MVP FIBA America Cup.
I don't know what the fuck that is, but you see Steve,
That's
but you see Steve Nash's resume is
it's similar to Chris Paul. The only thing Steve Nash doesn't have is the defense capabilities. And yeah, the defense capabilities. Because Chris Paul was 6-time steals leader and I think 2-time.
All right. You know what? I'll be fair. I'll put Chris Paul ahead of Steve Nash. I'll put him ahead of Steve Nash.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't see nothing wrong with your list.
Yeah, but that's my prediction in regards to Chris Paul. I don't think Chris Paul is going to sniff another championship. I think he's going to retire as one of those all-time greats that failed to win the big one. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's still a great list of players.
Yeah,
You
you're
got
still in the
Charles,
Hall of Fame.
you got Charles Barkley,
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Ewing, Allen Iverson,
Yep.
Reggie Miller, Dominique Wilkins.
Great company. Like
Great company, great players, bro.
Nothing wrong with that.
Karl Malone, John Stockton. Like these are all-time greats, but they're not. Unfortunately, they just could not reach the pinnacle.
And it
But
happens sometimes.
but mostly because they ran into better competition. You could make
Yeah.
the argument that Chris Paul ran into better competition, but he should have won it with the Clippers.
He had multiple opportunities.
He had multiple opportunities on some great teams. And last year was perfect for him. Anthony Davis got hurt, so basically LeBron ain't running the West.
All
And
the big
all that.
stars were out.
All the big
Except for
stars out.
Giannis.
And he wasn't even 100%.
Yeah, he was
And
like
Davis,
playing with an injury, right?
yeah, like his calf or Achilles or something like that. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
But he dug it out. He got Finals MVP.
I'll agree with you. His perfect shot was last year. Might just all be downhill. He might just be playing just because he loves the game.
Yeah, he got to be on that Carmelo Anthony tip at this point now. Now you just play for the love of the game. But
yeah,
so that's my prediction on Chris Paul. But speaking of predictions, let's get to our last segment of the show, the fourth quarter. But before we get into that, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to reach the 45-minute mark on this episode. So if you have enjoyed this episode thus far, the big three wasn't full effect today, but you know what? Hey, we're only 2/3 with the crew, but we still, we feel we gave y'all
We could
bangers.
still pull off the dynamic duo.
Exactly. We like Shaq and Kobe, Jordan and Pippen, and all that. Or
Which one,
Steph.
Shaq?
Huh?
Are you Shaq?
I'm Kobe.
Whoa. How you just gonna claim Kobe?
Why should I claim Shaq? Why should
I don't know. I feel like I have that killer mentality more than you.
Oh, I like your confidence. I like your confidence. I'm not gonna share that because you know what? That's actually a good thing that you're confident and that you know your worth and your potential. But I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I'm just gonna say I like your confidence, but I know
And
me.
we'll move on.
I know me, and I know there's not many that can match me. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
But you definitely got it. Like you're not far off, bro. You're not far. That's why I said Shaq and Kobe, and not Kobe and Pau Gasol.
Okay. I mean, I'll take Shaq. I can't shoot free throws in real life either way. So I was always the inside man. Laying it up, the AI and shit like that.
That's
Never
why
could
you're
shoot.
Shaq, bro. Because Shaq was an inside man. The fuck? Yeah. And then we're talking Jordan Pippen. You're obviously Pippen.
Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, we're definitely past the 45-minute mark now. So if you've enjoyed this episode so far, please hit that like button, hit that share button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, join the Tuck family. We also have some other great content. Tuck Talk will be back this Sunday. Guys, I definitely got some stuff to get off my chest. Your boy has to heal over some situations, but I'm good. So ready
This
to
man
get
been
back.
playing Drake 24/7.
Nah, I don't fuck with Drake like that.
Okay. I don't blame you.
I bet on my Brent Fayaz flow.
Brent
Brent,
Fayez. Oh, Trap Soul, right? No, that's
no,
Bryson
that's
Tiller.
Bryson Tiller.
I think I know who Brent Fayez is. He's with Daniel Caesar, right? The association. They
I
do a
don't
lot
know.
of music
I
together.
don't know they make music together and all that, but
I know who he is. I just don't know his face, but I've seen his name.
yeah, he has like a whole bunch of tattoos and shit and all that. But I bet on that flow. But also if you audio only, you can find us on Spotify, iHeart.
I thought she was going to say
Or-
OnlyFans. I mean,
not
the
yet.
way
Not
you
yet.
started out, you said only. I'm like, wait, we on OnlyFans?
Not yet. Not yet. I'm not against it. I'm not against it.
Oh hell no! All these women out here getting money. Shit.
You gotta get it back every other way you can. Pandora and all that shit. So you find us on your audio platforms. We're on every audio platform except for Apple Podcasts because they be bullshit. But give us 5 stars, all that good shit. We definitely appreciate it. That'll help me to sell the show to advertisers and all that to know that y'all fucking with us and our content and all that good shit.
Yeah, we
But
be
now,
doing 3K daily. All right, follow us. Be big.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But now that we got that out the way, let's get into the fourth quarter. So, conference final begins tonight.
Yep.
Well, at the conclusion of this episode, game 1 will have already been played. Oh, it looks like we got Noel just in time for the fourth quarter.
Now, as I was saying about Noel, oh shit, he in?
Wow. Quit talking mess about that. Is this what y'all do to me?
Nah.
Is this what you do to me when I'm not here? Is this? I feel like James Harden. I feel like Kyrie. I feel like Kyrie right now. I really feel
Oh
like
my
Kyrie.
god.
I don't appreciate it, guys.
Oh my god. He said you feel like Kyrie. Oh my god. But yeah, man, we about to get into the fourth quarter and we make our predictions for the conference finals. And we know you're the third eye, bro. So
Hates me. So
you know he be hitting on these.
Yeah, his shit do be hitting, yo.
We gonna advertise.
That Wi-Fi be hitting that, dude.
We gonna advertise Noah that parlay do. So no, I'm gonna let you.
Yeah.
Like help niggas make money out here and shit. That we can advertise that. So Eastern Conference Finals, as I would say, Eastern Conference Finals kicks off tonight. But by the time this episode concludes, Game 1 will have already been played. But Celtics Heat, who you guys got for the Eastern Conference Finals? Let's start with you, know, since you just hopped in.
East Conference. Who's gonna win?
Yeah.
Who I want to win is Miami Heat. So do with that whatever you may. But I feel like Boston, especially Jason Tatum, I think has a lot more to prove than Jimmy Butler does. And with that being said, I feel like he's gonna want Jimmy Butler. Now I could be wrong because Jimmy Butler's a dog, but I feel like Boston has a lot to prove right now. So
Boston, how many games?
Oh, no, I get Boston in. I get Boston in 7. I feel like it's gonna go to 7 games because Miami's not going down without a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What say you, Donnie?
I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna ride with Jimmy Butler.
Hate ass nigga.
What you?
Because both my teams are the conference finals, and then you want to hate. I hated on Chris. Well, I always say hating on Chris Paul. I told the truth about Chris Paul.
Spiel already.
I told the truth
you
about
should
Chris
have
Paul.
been here.
I told the truth about that nigga.
But I'm riding with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, Heat and 7.
I'm gonna agree with Noel. I'm gonna say Celtics is 7. So moving on, we got the Western Conference Finals featuring my second team, which is my primary team, the Dallas Mavericks. Don't hate, bro. I got 50% chance of my team winning the NBA.
Yo, in the chat, let me know if you have 2 teams. I just want to know how unusual that is, yo.
He said,
it's not unusual about it. There's nothing unusual about that. It's not like I had 2 teams in the same.
Bro,
conference.
where were you born?
Angel Grove.
Wait, what the hell? That ain't no New York. That's upstate, nigga.
That's
nigga.
I'm pretty sure that's where the Power Rangers are from.
Zordon. Zordon.
That's how I know you are as old as I am, nigga.
I was like, Angel Grove. Wait, I know that place.
Don't ever try to play me as an old head, nigga. You know about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
I know about the
upstate New York.
Hold on. What's wrong with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, nigga? I know the nigga.
No, I prefer Mystic Force. Shout out.
Man, everybody know Power Rangers Space was the best one.
They should slap, bro. Power Rangers slap.
But Western Conference Finals, we got Warriors, Mavericks. I bet against Dallas and against the Phoenix Suns. I was wrong to do so. Knowing Chris Paul, he always choked. I should have known better. But I'm gonna go with Warriors in 6. That's gonna be my prediction. So
saying pending injuries. I don't know how that series is gonna go, but it just seems like the Warriors are suffering a lot of injuries. So
what say you know?
Nah. Hey, you already know what we're talking about. Warrior. I feel like Warriors taking it in 6. That's just my.
So we are in agreement on that. But I hope that by me basically rooting against my team, because I'm realistic. I'm not a homer. I'm not gonna be like Donnie and basically
fake. I root for my team day in, day out, 24/7, 365.
I root my
These
team
colors
too.
don't run. All right.
I root for my team too, but
no, obviously not. Obviously not.
I'm being a journalist, not a fan right now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I have to showcase some type of integrity. Dude, I can't say the Mavericks is
good.
I want the Mavericks.
I feel like
No, your city comes
I feel like-
first. Fuck that integrity.
Damn.
I don't live in
I
Dallas.
feel like these playoffs. I feel like with these Eastern and Western Conference Finals, I feel like regardless of who wins the finals, it's gonna be good either way. I think that's how I'm looking at these playoffs.
Mhm.
It's just like no matter what happens, like if Jason Tatum wins, Buddy's like what 23, 24, wins his first championship. Luka's 23, wins his first championship. Jimmy Butler gets his first ring. Clay gets his fourth ring. Like no matter what happens during
It's
these
whatever.
playoffs, like it's
Yeah.
really gonna be great. It's gonna be great basketball to watch.
It's a good story regardless.
Yeah,
It's a
I
good
don't
story
hate
regardless.
nobody
Yeah.
in the finals. Cool with everybody.
Yeah. All right. One last question for you
Yeah.
guys because we know Dottie is getting dark. That means the dream chasers are after you. So
Okay.
we
Dream
will see.
chasers.
But what do everybody think about Patrick Beverly? And being an analyst over the past 2 days, because he's been causing a lot of ruckus.
Ooh.
Views.
Look, just give me five. Give me five, coach.
Go ahead.
This is directly at Pat Beverly, bro. This is
Oh,
directly
shit.
at Pat Beverly. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes. I'm good. Pat Beverly, Patrick, man. I can't even say stick to basketball because, bro, you're not even averaging double digits in the regular season. I can't even stick to basketball.
Oh shit.
Reason why niggas go to school for journalism. Me and them. Stick to what you do best and be in the past, my guy. This ain't Matt Barnes said it best. You're a role player. You know your role.
He's a role player.
Really? That's what Matt I didn't say it. Matt Barnes said.
How's a role player called another role player a role player?
Hey, but listen, my thing is
that's like a virgin called another virgin a virgin. Like that shit makes no sense.
But listen, with Patrick Beverly, my thing is like, who are you, Chris Paul? You may hate Chris Paul, but
Man, fuck Chris Paul.
Chris Paul's going to the Hall of Fame.
He is.
Hate him or love him, Chris Paul going to the Hall of Fame. In my book, he is. In a lot of players' book, he is. Patrick Beverly not going to the Hall of Fame. For what? For
That's true.
That's for true. What? You have to understand, Pat Beverly is that old head at LA Fitness that can't hoop but just be starting shit. That's what Patrick Beverly is.
True. True.
He's an old head that can't make a jumper. He's gonna make one or two. He's gonna start yelling at niggas. That's what Patrick Beverly is. So
like when they won the play.
Exactly. So Patrick Beverly, leave the journalists and the analyzing to the journalists and the analyzers and the players that actually care about it.
Damn. JJ running with a catch.
Cousin up there with a white tee and some jeans. JJ
want to run a fade with him.
Got his black card. I don't give it. Listen, JJ Redick. I don't say this a lot about white people, but JJ Redick got his black card. Like, I know it's a fake, but bro, JJ Redick be with us. JJ Redick, bro. We could trade him for Patrick Beverly any day. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that trade. So, yeah, Patrick Beverly.
Who's worse, Patrick Beverly or Kendrick Perkins?
It's got to be Patrick Beverly.
Kendrick Perkins.
What?
Oh, who's worse? Oh, Patrick Beverly.
Yeah, worse.
Patrick Beverly.
I
said who's gonna win the fight. I was like Kendrick Perkins.
Because at least say what you want about Pat Bev, but at least Pat Bev actually contributes to the like he has an impact on the game. Kendrick Perkins doesn't have an impact on what he played. Outside that 2010 finals that he got hurt in, he really had no impact on the game whatsoever. And he's a walking meme. Like KD is always roasting that nigga. No, at least Pat Bev, any given night, he could go off for 20 points if need be. He can do that. And he can lock you down defensively. He even said with the case down to the defensive win shares, he basically said that basically like the way because Don, you're a stats guy. He basically said like with the defensive win shares, like his numbers exceed Giannis, what basically means that okay, like when he's guarding you, it's like Giannis is guarding you. So he basically said he's the best defender in the world. I disagree with that. I think Draymond Green is the best defender in the NBA, and then Marcus Smart and Mikal Bridges. You can flip the order and Giannis as well. You can put him up there. But Pat Bev, he's a dog. He's a dog, and he gets under your skin. He does it as a player. He's clearly doing it as an analyst, and I think he's needed on ESPN. So
He's not needed.
he's needed
Because they already have a Stephen A. Yeah, exactly.
No,
They
because
already have a Stephen A.
Stephen A. did not play. Stephen A. did not play again. ESPN is a little bit too corporate, a little too burned up. That's why everybody love inside the NBA because they have fun. They don't take themselves too seriously. ESPN takes
ESPN is
themselves
connected
way
to
too
Disney,
seriously.
so what do you expect? They connected to Disney. What do you expect? They
But-
gotta be.
But they take themselves way too serious. Okay, TNT is connected to Warner.
No, I think JJ Redick was just what ESPN needed.
Yeah, JJ Redick.
JJ is not one of these button up dudes that basically.
But he played
talk
the game.
proper. Okay,
He played. And he was probably one of the most hated white dudes on that Duke team. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
he was. He definitely was.
So yeah, like JJ Redick, I think JJ Redick, like if you want to be an ex-player analyst, that JJ Redick is one of the good ones where he has a good objective criticism, but it like
I don't know about that. Because he basically shit on players from back in the day. Basically, say that players from back in the day could not play in this era.
We could flip that and say it the other way.
Really. But that's the old head coming out because I don't think any defender in the 80s is guarding KD like that. Them niggas were.
Oh yes, they are. Yes, they are. Dennis Rodman could guard KD. I'm sure.
But are we talking about using
Sidney Moncrief could guard KD?
Are we talking about using the 80s fouls and rules and
no,
regulations?
I'm talking about now in this game. If Dennis
exactly.
Rodman
So
KD won't survive playing in the 80s. I'm telling y'all.
But see, you're changing it. JJ Redick said no old defender can guard right now. Right now, no.
Dennis Rodman could guard today.
KD, 7 foot wingspan, athleticism, and a jump shot. No, I'm sorry.
Alvin Robertson and Sidney Moncrief, they could guard the players, the elite scorers of today.
I don't know.
Michael Cooper could guard the elites of today. Charles Oakley could guard
Michael Jordan back then was peak athleticism. Not saying that we have multiple Michael Jordans, but the athleticism now is much more on par or up there or above average than it was back then. I mean, not Luka. I feel like Devin Booker can drop somebody off in the 80s just off of athleticism alone.
For sure. And there's some players in the 80s that could drop Devin Booker.
Who?
Bernard King. I haven't got a name MJ. Bernard King could do it. George Gervin could do it. Dominique could do it. Larry Bird could do it. Isaiah Thomas could do it.
We talk about dropping off like, cuz gonna get 1-on-1, cuz giving you 15.
Yes. Anybody that name could do it. And I even say MJ yet.
I respect that because I ain't never watched them niggas play. So I respect that.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to end it.
Yeah, I respect that because, like, again, being a young kid, unless you watch film,
is vastly different.
My generation, we grew up watching LeBron, Kobe, etc. Michael Jordan, just because our dads watched Michael Jordan.
Damn, you even missed T-Mac. This man don't miss prime T-Mac.
Yeah.
No T-Mac, no Vince Carter in his prime. That's a lot.
T-Mac?
Yeah.
T-Mac, I mean, you can say Penny Hardaway could drop some niggas off, but before the injury, Penny Hardaway could drop some niggas off.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Before the injury, Penny Hardaway was supposed to be the next Magic Johnson. Before the injury. He was like, 6'9"? Had handles, athletic, could pass, score. Yeah, he was that dude. But yeah, man, that basically concludes this week's edition of the Outta Bounds podcast. But before we get up out of here, let's plug ourselves on the way out. Let everybody know where you can find you on social media, all that good shit. Let's start with you, Noel.
You can find me at D.onniie Unleashed on everything: Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, Tumblr, LinkedIn, whatever.
Snapchat?
Snapchat, yes, Snapchat.
Oh, shit.
And again, your boy not on vacation, but your boy kind of taking it. We chilling for a little bit. Still looking for jobs, but we chilling for right now. we chilling. So yeah.
Did you
that's
get
what's up.
this is just kind of personal and all that, but fuck it. Did you get that the letter that I sent you?
Yeah, I did. It was dope. He gave me like the head and everything. I was like, oh, great. I mean, it looks so official, guys. It was good.
Mr. Donnie. Let anybody know good find you.
You can find me on my.
Let's see you remember what time you work tonight. Let's see.
You
Because I had to look out for you last week.
You can find me on my socials down below. You can follow my radio broadcast, Distorted Records with D.onniie on live95autolist.com. Weeknights 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. And
I thought it was till 3.
what did I say, 2?
Damn, got him.
Look, bro.
I
clock in.
Better than you, bro.
Look, because I'm tired, bro. I'll be working shit. I also I went to the Spring Philadelphia Film Festival. I got the review coming up. Sad to say, I did not get my credentials for something in the water. So whoever runs that festival, you know what? I'm not even going to burn bridges.
Yeah, don't even do
I'm
it.
just gonna say
I'll do it for you.
I'll appreciate your response.
Whoever runs that festival, fuck you. Because how we do the Philadelphia Film Festival, we did Afropunk, we did Comic Con, we did mad shit. We can't get into your little indie shit. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's
I
said
it for you. I said it for you.
You heard what my editor said.
And we finna go to the BET Awards? Come on, dog.
And the only reason why we didn't get to the BET was because I missed out on the email that confirmed that I was free to go. So, fuck out of here.
Yeah, so I got a couple other things coming up. So stay tuned.
I mean, hey, speaking of BET Awards, I did see they still requested press releases. Liddell, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Donnie, you trying to take a trip to LA?
Shit, you ain't got to tell me shit, bro.
I'm free to do all that shit now. I ain't got nothing.
Oh, we lit. Let's go. The trio.
Okay.
The trio in LA, out of bounds. Oh, we got
a live podcast.
I ain't got nothing tying me down there.
Hey, Out of Bounds LA edition.
Yeah. As for me, Liddell the fashionista, so I'm about to take a social media break and all that, get into my cocoon, come back a brand new person, all that rebranding.
So you're not posting murals anymore?
Wow.
Nah.
Wow.
Why I feel like you coming for me when you said that shit? Like I felt some passive aggressive energy with that, but
I was concerned about your well being. I ain't see the inspiring the artwork anymore.
I mean, bro, I gotta lay low for a minute, man. Like,
I heard about your situation. Okay,
I gotta lay low for a minute, but you know what? It's all good. I'm gonna come back better than ever. New image. Knew all that, so we about to take over this summer. Just best believe that, all right? And
Media Productions.
Yes, sir. Grand Media Productions. That's my company. We coming out with some bangers this summer. Got some big things on the horizon. Also with Outta Bounds, we're gonna take that global, do some things with that, and everything. So just stay tuned for the takeover, ladies and gents. That's all I gotta say. And Hail Hydra.
We
oh my god. We love.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. I thought Donnie was gonna say we love black women. You disappointed me, bro. You don't love black women.
First of all, I am not on this phone.